is Tamilala. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching us how to cut this scallop blouse, and it has scallop hemline as well. So guys, if this sounds like something you're interested in and you've been looking for, please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to comment, and please make sure you turn on your notification in case if I post any video, you'll be the very first person to see it, guys. So guys, without wasting much time, let's dive right into the video. Beginning with, I'll be drafting it on my pattern paper. This tutorial will only be for the drafting, and trust me, this tutorial will be very detailed that you guys are able to understand. Even when you are sewing it, you will be able to sew it on yourself after understanding this drafting part. Okay, so guys, to begin with, just go ahead and place your pattern paper. If you're using this brown pattern paper, you can make it slanted because it's actually bigger than the white one. Okay, so then the next thing we are going to do before then, remember we used to rule our border line. So after that, then we can go ahead and take our horizontal lines. Okay, this one actually stand as our starting line. So guys, what we are going to do first is just go ahead and rule all your horizontals line that you normally used to take. That is, go ahead and take in your chest line, your bust point, your under bust, and I have this half length to be 17.5 inches. All right, to be 17.5 inches. Okay, so then I'm going to be from that 17.5 inches, I'm going to come down by 5 inches for my full length. That is the full length I want this blouse to be. You can also name it as your hip line. Okay, hip line. So from that place, I'm going to just come down by 7 inches for my extension. If you noticed very well, the blouse has an extension at the down part. Okay, so all together our measurements we'll be needing for this one is 13 inches. Okay, just go ahead and take the proper horizontal measurement. Then the next thing I'm going to do now is to rule it across. You know, to get our chest line is 8 inches, our bust point 10 inches, our under bust is 13 inches, and that's what I did right here. So the next thing I'm going to do now, guys, is to name it our starting line. I'll just name this down part's extension. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut the excess out. So this is the excess now. We're going to have to cut out the excess. So the next thing we are going to do, remember that if you look at the blouse very well, it's off shoulder. It's an off shoulder blouse. So to begin with the off shoulder part, we are going to be cutting out this starting line away. So you can just come down by either 5 inches or 6 inches, depending on how low you want it to be. Okay, I hope you get to understand what I'm trying to say. So I'll just be coming down by 4 inches right here. Then I'm going to mark out, going to rule across. So this will serve as our neckline now. It will serve as our neckline. So the second line will serve as our neckline. So the other part here, we won't be needing it at all. So then I'm just going to cut it off. So guys, I'm going to need to cut it off right here. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is, remember we are going to be taking our nipple to nipple measurement. Our nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches, and when you divide the 8 inches by 2, you have it 4 inches. So then go ahead and dot it out across from your chest line, bust points, under bust, your waistline, the hip line, and the extension. Just go ahead and draw a straight line across, even to your neckline. Alright? Just watch me the way I'm doing. So this is it right here. So I'm gonna to rule it out. So from my under bust, sorry guys, I went ahead to rule this bust points very well. I noticed that it is slanted. So from your under bust to your waistline, just come out by 1.5 inch towards these opening parts, okay, towards this opening parts, and from the folded parts, the center fronts come out by ½ inch. Repeat the same process for your under bust. Repeat the same process, then take ½ inch as well. All right, so then extend from your under bust to the extension down there. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Just watch me closely. This tutorial is very detailed and it's what you can understand very well. Okay, so then I'm going to rule the 1.5 inch down. You can also use 2 inches depending on how busty you have. All right, I also use 2 inches, but I use 1.5 inches, and 1.5 inches work perfectly for me. So just the normal way we use to curve our curves. Okay, just come down by 0.75 here, then go ahead and make your curve. This actually serves as where your boobs sit on. All right, it serves as where your boobs sit on. Just go ahead and make these lines. Okay, so this is it right here. So just go ahead and extend the extension, like for your bust tightening here. Go ahead and come out by 1 inches. You know, we used 1.5 inch here. Just go ahead and remove ½ inch away from it. So you'll be using 1 inch. And if you use 2 inches for this part, you can go ahead and use 1.5 inch. All right. So I'll be using 1 inch. Then I'm going to place my curve ruler like so. Then I'm going to go ahead and slant. So this is it right here. Just note that all this place will be cut. Will be cut off. This place, we're going to be cutting it off. We don't need it. So the next thing we are going to do now is to take our body measurements. All right. So the bust divided by 2 is 9 inches. All right, 9 inches. So go ahead and dot it here. And remember, we use 1 inch for our bust tightening. Okay, we place it here. All right, we place it here. So our waist circumference divided by 4 is 8. All right, so that intake we did is 2 inches. Just go ahead and replace it as well, and come to this full length, which I also link as my hip line. Right, so just come down to the hip line and divide it by 4. We have it to be 11. All right, 11, and replace the 2 inches as well. So this is it right here. All right, so then we are going to make sure we curve right now. And trust me, if you don't have a curve ruler, you can go ahead and use a free hand as well. And if you don't have a pattern paper, you can go ahead and use a free hand method straight on your fabric. All right, then go ahead and extend it like so. So this is it right here. So the next thing we are going to do now is just determine your back measurements. Okay, determine your back, and the back I'll be using for this tutorial is 16 inches. So the 16 inches divided by 2 is 8 inches. Then replace this 1 inch for the bust tightening here as well. So make it 9 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and make a curve. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and cut out. So guys, this is it right here. And remember, we are going to be cutting this off. Okay, so and remember, we are going to be taking a side dance. All right, so then remember, I used the half length for this particular one to be 17.5. So the difference between my half length for my front and half length for my back is 1.5 inches for this particular style, for this particular blouse. All right, so then I'm just going to go ahead and curve it, slant it like so. All right, so I'll be cutting this place off like this as well. So please and please, if your If your side dart is different from mine, you can go ahead and use 1 inch. And what I mean by that is, if your assuming if your half length for your front is 16, just go ahead and remove 1 inch away from it. Okay, just go ahead and remove that your half length for the front and half length for the back rather. Go ahead and subtract it, so the remaining one will be for your side dart. And the essence of this is to have accuracy, to have accurate side both for the front and for the back, to have accurate side foot for the front and for the back. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut out as well. This is it right there after cutting it out. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut out this side dart. Alright, so I'll go ahead and fold it, but I'll be cutting it out finally. So guys, we're gonna ahead to remove the side darts, and as you can see, this is it right here. This is the remaining one. So I'll just go ahead and remove my my pins. Then I'm just going to go ahead and tape it down. So guys, I've gone ahead to tape it down. As you can see, this is it right here, and I've gone ahead to tape it down. Sorry, I later called my brother to help me to assist me with this. Okay, when I wanted to tape it down. All right. So the next thing is just go ahead and open it up like so. Then go ahead and do the same thing I'm trying to do right here. So the essence of this now is we are just going to, the essence of this is to make our scallop hemline, right? Scallop hemline. That's what we are trying to do right here. We want to make our scallop hemline. Okay. So before you can do that, you can go ahead and do that on your pattern paper, and if you are sewing it, you can go ahead and do it directly on your fabric. But let's do it on our pattern paper, since I said I'm going to be making it explanatory enough. All right, so just go ahead and place this place together. All right, place it together like this. Then I'm going to tape it down like so. I'm going to place it together, join it together, and tape it like so. I'm not going to tape all this place, all right? I'm just going to tape somewhere around here and somewhere around there to draft out our hemline scallop. Okay. Alright guys, the next thing we are going to do now is, I told us earlier that I'm gonna need to add masking tape to it, and like tape, I'm gonna need to tape it down, but I make sure I stop somewhere around there. So then the next thing we are just going to do now, I hope you guys can see what I'm trying to do. Just go ahead and name this right and left. I'm gonna ahead and name it. I don't know, I wasn't filming that. So just go ahead and name it. You know, this is one side, like this is one leg, and this is the other leg up, alright? So just name it right and left. So the next thing to determine now is just go ahead and look at the inspiration. Then look at where the extension, maybe the extension is on the right side or the extension is on the left hand side. Alright, I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. I'll be using the extension. My extension will be at the left hand side, and I think that's where it is, as the right hand side, sorry, and I think that's where it is. So from this left hand side, all right, I'm just going to come up by 1 inch or 1.5 inch, but I think 1 inch is okay. All right, so then I'm just going to connect these all the way from this place just go ahead and mark 1 inch from this place. Okay, I hope you guys can understand. That's what I'm trying to do. Then go ahead and connect from this full length, that is this hip line, to the extension here. All right. So moving on, this is the extension that was actually on the inspiration side. All right. So I'm just going to join it to this that leg. I hope you get to understand what I'm trying to say. So guys, moving on, the next thing is to do now is to determine our scallop hemline, right? And if you look at the inspiration very well, this particular side, it's only has 2 scallop. So that's why we are using our free, like our pattern paper, so that if you make a mistake, you will easily correct it. All right. So I will just be making the scallop here, so you can go ahead and make your scallop. Just look at my hand very well. The inspiration, I think we have first scallop neckline here, and let's go ahead and do it as well. Just go and do your scallop. If you make a mistake, go ahead and redo it. What is that of mistake? This for the side scallop, and just go ahead and trace it very well. Since I already have the 4 scallop that I'm supposed to have, I'm just going to go ahead and trace it very well. So now I can see I'm having the right accurate scallop, like my desired one. So the next thing I'm just going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and cut. So guys, I'm gonna add to cut it out, and as you can see, this is it right here. And I'm gonna add to cut out the excess for the left side, and this is the extension. And please, if you want to make your scallop, please make sure you rule the way I ruled this one, this particular one, so that in order not for you to get confused. All right, so just go ahead and rule it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and remove those tape out. So guys, this is it right here. So now to determine our scallop neckline for our front, I will just go ahead and tape this side down. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and tape it from here to here. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and tape it from here to here. I'm just going to tape it down. So guys, I'm gonna head to tape this side down. As you can see, I left this place open. So the next thing to determine now is our scallop neckline for our front, and we have 4 scallop neckline for the neckline. For the neckline, rather, we have 4 scallop neckline. All right. So from this center piece here, like center fronts, so I divided it into two. So I get this as my midpoint, the folded part. So then I'm going to come down by 1.5 inch here so that we can know our measurements, how we want this place to be. Like this place is in the form of sweetheart neckline, alright? Just go ahead and make your scallop line as well. So as this is the scallop neckline for the front. So the next thing we're just going to determine now is, let's measure this part. So we have this part with 3.5 and let's measure this armhole as well. So I have this one to be 3 inches. So which means I'm just going to cut this place about half an inch again. Alright, this is the scallop neckline for the front part, the neckline. So the next one I'm just going to go ahead and remove those tape. So guys, this is the pattern drafting for the um, front side of the blouse. Alright, so this is the pattern drafting for the front part. So guys, if you want to draft this on your, if you want to cut this on your fabric, just go ahead and fold your fabric on fold, like in a fold of two. Then you're going to place this like this. Alright, you place it like this and make sure when you are cutting the center front, your fabric is also in a fold like this. Alright, just go ahead and cut it like this, then place these two like so. Oh sorry, we are going to be cutting separately, alright, because of this end line. Just go ahead and place this one separately and place this one separately, then we cut right out. Okay, so the next thing to determine here now is to cut out our back for this part. Okay, so then go ahead and mark your vertical measurements, that is your chest line and your half length. You actually don't need your bust point and your other bust for the back pattern. Okay, so this is our chest line right here. All right, so then I'm going to mark out my half length for the front part. All right, so for the back part, so my half length for the back part is 15.5 here. So then I'm going to mark my hip line. I'm going to come down by 5 inch like the way we did. All right, so then the next thing we're going to do now is to connect like so. And I told us earlier that the back doesn't need any extension at all. So we'll be stopping at this foot length, that is our hip line. We'll be stopping at that point, all right? So the reason why I placed my tape here is, remember it's an off-shoulder dress, okay? So the 4 inches we took away from the front, I'm still going to take it away from the back. So that's why I placed my tape like so, all right? Then remember our front is 22.5, and I removed 1.5 inches from my shoulders, that so I have it to be 20.5 here. All right, so you get what I'm trying to say. Just go ahead and remove your half length from your front and half length from your back. So this will determine the length of your back. So I have this one to be 20.5, and in some cases it can be 21 or 21.5. Just go ahead and remove the excess you have for your front and for your back. Okay, so that is just it right there. So now moving on, the next thing, remember our shoulder. Yeah, remember our shoulder. So this place, we're not going to be adding any of that, because I'm not going to be adding any zipper. And if you want to add zipper, you can go ahead and add your zipper. I will be using these eyelets stuff like in I'm going to be using a back, the corset back. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say right now. Okay, I'm going to be fixing my eyelets on it. Okay, so I don't need any that for my back. So I'm gonna head to place my back measurements here, and my bust here is 9 inches. Remember, that is my chest line. Just remember that. So this is my waistline. Remember, this is my chest line. So my waist is 8 right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect, and my hip here is 11.5. It's 11 inches. Sorry. So guys, the next thing we're going to do now is we are going to just go ahead and connect. Just watch me the way I'm doing. And please, if your measurement is different from my own, go ahead and calculate your measurements just the way I taught you. Just the way I'm teaching you right now. So this is it right here, guys. So the next thing I'm just going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to go ahead and take my cuff. So guys, this is my cuff right here. And please, if you are cutting it on your fabric, remember we do not leave any sewing allowance for this. If you are cutting it on your fabric, please remember to leave your sewing allowance in order not for you to have any shortage of fabric. Alright. So for my eyelets, for my eyelet space, I want a form of triangle. I don't want it to be straight. So I'm just going to be coming out by 1.5, alright? So then I'm going to just slant it like so. Just watch me. So guys, this place will be cut off, alright? I'm going to be cutting this place off. And I don't want this part to be too sharp. I'm just going to go ahead and connect like so. Right? So the next thing I'm going to do now here is to cut out. So this is for our back pattern. My back, so this is how it's going to be. See, I have a form of triangle here. So just go ahead and cut it like so on your fabric. Alright, so then I'm going to set this aside. We're already forming our blouse already. So the next thing we're going to do now is to cut out our sleeve out, and this is not a regular sleeve, so we are just going to be playing around the sleeve. I'm gonna head to make the scallop because I have to go ahead and try it first before I show you guys. So I'm going to be illustrating it now, and remember we do not have any calculation for this part because it's actually a scallop sleeve, right? So we're just go ahead and make your perfect scallop, all right? This is scallop sleeve. So this is how we are going to be using the scallop sleeve. So this is how it's going to be, all right? This is how it's going to be. So now, when you want to cut your scallop sleeve, just go ahead and cut 4 of this, alright, in a fold. Go ahead and cut 4 of this. So guys, this will be all for this tutorial. Yeah. So we're gonna head to cut out our front part, our back, and our sleeve. And when you are cutting this sleeve, cut 4 of this. Okay, cut the 4 of this. Alright. So guys, if you find this video helpful, kindly please don't forget to subscribe. So just go ahead and cut 4 of this. And guys, I'm so sorry that I'm making another video because I promised you guys I'm going to post the sewing tutorial of this exaggerated hip gown, but I promise you I'm going to sew it because I'm actually facing some stuff like my machine is not actually working perfectly and I have to fix it. Okay, so I promise you that I'm going to post the sewing tutorial as well. Guys, if you find this video helpful, kindly please don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, share and comment. Share with your families and share with your friends. Share it with everybody, okay? So guys, I'll be saying goodbye from here and see you guys in my next video. I love you all. Bye.